The neon lights of Station Epsilon 7 flickered against the dark void of space, casting harsh shadows across the lower commercial district. Kevin Martinez walked with a slight limp, his worn military jacket bearing the faded insignia of the Terran Defense Corps. The war with the Krellian Empire had ended 3 years ago, but its scars remained on stations, on planets, and on people like him. He'd come to the station looking for work, any work. The pension wasn't enough, and civilian life proved harder to navigate than any battlefield. Kevin clutched the small bag of protein packs he'd just purchased his rations for the next week and headed toward the transport hub that's, when he saw her, was huddled in an alcove between two closed shops, her massive wings folded tight against her body to make herself smaller. A Draconian. Kevin had fought alongside a few during the war, though most had remained neutral in the conflict. This one was female, her scales dulled from malnutrition, their once iridescent purple reduced to a muted gray. But what stopped Kevin in his tracks was the small hatchling clutched against her chest, no bigger than a human infant, its eyes closed and breathing shallow. The station's crowd flowed around them like water around stones, pretending not to see. Draconians were rare this far into human space, refugees from systems devastated by the war. Most stations tolerated them, few helped them. Kevin's instincts told him to keep walking. He had his own problems. He'd learned the hard way that the galaxy was cruel, and you couldn't save everyone. But then the Draconian mother looked up and their eyes met. She didn't speak. She didn't have to. Her golden eyes held the same look Kevin had seen in war-torn villages across a dozen worlds, desperation mixed with fading hope. Slowly, she extended one clawed hand, not toward Kevin, but in a gesture of offering. In her palm lay a small data chip, probably containing her identification or work credentials. She was trying to trade the only thing she had left. "Please," she whispered in heavily accented standard. "Anything small. My daughter." 3 days. No food. Kevin's jaw tightened. 3 days. The hatchling looked even worse up close, its scales flaking, its breathing ragged. Station medical wouldn't help without credits or insurance. Refugee services were overwhelmed and underfunded. This mother and child were invisible to the system, just another statistic. He should walk away. He should preserve what little he had. Instead, Kevin knelt down, his bad knee protesting. Up close, he could see the mother's claws were cracked and bleeding. She'd probably been trying to find work in the maintenance tunnels, the only place that didn't ask for papers. Dangerous work that didn't pay enough to matter. "Keep your chip," Kevin said quietly, opening his bag. He pulled out 2 of the protein packs, military-grade high-calorie designed for sustaining soldiers in the field. Then he added a third. "For you. You can't feed her if you collapse." The Draconian mother's eyes widened. "I cannot. I have nothing to give." "You already gave plenty," Kevin replied, his voice rough. "You survived this long. That takes strength." He pressed the packs into her hands, then reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a crumpled credit chit, his emergency fund. Enough for maybe 2 weeks of food and lodging if he was careful. He placed it beside the protein packs. "There's a shelter on deck 42, Kevin continued. "Jasmine runs it. She's difficult, but fair. Tell her Kevin Martinez sent you. Tell her it's a veteran's request. She'll find you a place for a few weeks, at least until you get on your feet." The Draconian mother stared at the items in her hands as if they were made of stardust. A single tear rolled down her scaled cheek. "Why?" she whispered. "Your people. Many hate us." Kevin thought about the Draconian pilot who'd pulled his evac shuttle from a crashing trajectory, sacrificing herself so his squad could make it home. He thought about the Draconian medic who'd worked 36 hours straight in a field hospital, saving human and alien lives alike without distinction. "Some do," Kevin acknowledged. "But I remember who stood with us when things got dark. I remember who bled the same color red when the plasma rounds flew. Your people earned their place in my book." He stood slowly, his knee cracking. The hatchling stirred, and the mother immediately tore open one of the protein packs, breaking off small pieces and placing them gently in her daughter's mouth. The little one ate, weakly but eagerly. "Jasmine," the mother repeated, committing the name to memory. "Deck 42. I will go. I will." Her voice broke. "I will remember this. I will remember you, Kevin Martinez." Kevin nodded and turned to leave, but the mother's voice stopped him. "In my culture," she said softly, "when someone saves a life, they become bound to it. Assert. Someday, somehow, I will repay this. On my honor as Shara of the Flamekeeper's clan, I swear it." "Just take care of your kid," Kevin said, waving off the formal declaration. "That's payment enough." As he walked away, Kevin did the math in his head. With what he had left, he'd need to find work within a week, maybe less. He'd probably have to sleep in the cheap bunks on the cargo deck. Meals would be limited to station-provided ration bars that tasted like recycled cardboard. It was going to be a rough month, but as he glanced back and saw the mother feeding her child, both of them with a spark of hope returning to their eyes, Kevin felt something he hadn't felt in a long time: purpose. The galaxy was cruel. The galaxy was cold. The galaxy didn't care about one broken veteran or one refugee mother and child, but humans cared, and sometimes that made all the difference. Kevin Martinez continued toward the job boards, his limp a little less pronounced, his shoulders a little straighter. Somewhere behind him, a draconian mother held her child close and whispered prayers of gratitude to a human she'd never forget. In a universe of darkness, even the smallest light could shine.